Good morning. In today's session of Business Research Methods, and we are in Chapter 1, Introduction, the subtopic would be the objectives of business research. We are going to do a small recap of what the meaning of business research is. So, research is the art of scientific investigation done to establish or confirm proven facts, reaffirm the results of previous work, find new solutions to existing or hypothetical or contingent problems. It is to build new theories. Research basically is, the meaning is, is again, search is to look for facts. So, research is a scientific investigative inquiry into facts. It is very useful for business basically because business decisions are based on scientific investigation or research. So, any organization, when it goes in for decision making, it wants the optimum or the best decision amongst all its alternatives. Therefore, it has to study, analyze, and interpret and find out which is the best alternative. So, in this, it makes use of research. So, in this, we are going to learn the objectives of research and features of research. So, what are the objectives of research? According to Kothari, there are 4 basic objectives of research. 1. To gain knowledge and familiarity with a phenomenon or to achieve new insights into it. So, the basic objective, the basic aim of any research is to gain knowledge, to build a body of knowledge. Secondly, we are going in for control variance. It is to see that whatever is planned is within control. The second objective of business research is to portray accurately the characteristics of a particular individual, situation, or a group. So, here scientific research comes in. It must be objective and it must be, it should measure with accuracy. The third objective of business research is to determine the frequency with which something occurs or with which it is associated with something else. To determine the association or independence of an activity. So here we are talking about the causal relationship between two variables in any given situation. So what is the relationship between two variables? For example, if it is supply and demand, with the increase and decrease of price, what happens to supply and demand? Or even with the increase or decrease of supply of goods, what happens to the demand or what happens to the price? So this is the frequency and the relationship. The fourth objective is to test a hypothesis of a causal relationship between variables. So a hypothesis is an assumption. It is a presumption and which you are going to prove, which you are going to test. The other objectives of business research are: 1. To analyze the market and environment. So whether the pricing system is good in a company. If what about the market penetration? What about the market share? What are the changes, probable changes in the future in the environment? Say what is the new rules and regulations or acts that the government is going to come up with? How is that going to affect the competition in the market and thereby your own product sale? Next, to innovate and develop new products. So when you go into research, you are going to go into a deeper study of what is possible and how things can be developed. So creation, innovation and modification and improvement all comes with research. To formulate business policies and strategies. So when you know what can happen in future, it makes you very strong. So in future, what are the trends and what are the changes that can take place? Next, to make effective business decisions. So to choose the best alternative. See, business decisions is choosing the best way of doing things so as to achieve your objective or goals. So when you are having all information and when you are analyzing your information and choosing the best alternative or course of action to get your results, you are making the optimum decision. And so research helps business. So formulating objectives with purpose, clarity and precision is one of the most important and key aspects in conducting research. Whenever you get any topic, when you want to go deep into a topic, you must know what is your purpose. You should know what are your objectives, what are your goals, and you must be clear about it. Next, we are going to go to the next topic. What are the features of business? So the features of business is research is based on observation, experience, both empirical and scientific evidence. So observation is what we see, hear, notice and study. Experience is what we go through. Empirical basically means any theory that can be put into practice. And scientific is proven facts which are accurate. Research is the generalizations of principles and theories that help in getting similar further occurrences in given situations. Generalizations basically help to come up with certain principles, certain laws, certain theories, like for example the theory of gravitation, the law of demand, the consumer behavior, the laws, the law of pricing. So all these are generalizations. These generalizations in any given situation, when you put in certain variables, they give you the same result. These are the generalizations. For example, if salary is increased, the performance will increase. If training is increased, the HR will develop. So these are generalizations. Next, third is research is focused on finding solutions to problems, both real and hypothetical, answers to questions, or to study and determine the causal relationships between variables. So as we all know, variables are a unit of measurement. It is a feature, it is a characteristic of any given situation. So research is focused on finding solutions to problems, both real. It can be a real problem or it can be a problem which may or may not arise in future, which is called hypothetical. It gives answers to questions or it studies the causal relationship between variables. So is there a direct or an inverse relationship between variables? In a market, your supply and demand, price, these are all variables. In an organization, salary, performance, training, these are all variables. So when one variable increases, what is the effect it has on the other variables? Does it increase or decrease? So all this will basically help a business to come up with decisions on what to do so that they get their results. The fourth point feature is research process is objective. That is, it is not subjective. Objective is it is scientific and based on facts and figures. It is logical. There is a very reasonable understanding, how you reason it out. And it is based on data or scientific facts and figures that are accurate, reliable and relevant. Data must be gathered both from primary or secondary sources. So primary sources of data is what the researcher goes and searches and directly collects. Secondary sources of data comes from all published sources like newspapers, books, journals and your internet. So this feature basically tells you that the research process is objective. It is based on facts and figures. It is very logical. That is, it has a definite reason. It has a definite method and it is based on scientific facts and figures which are accurate, reliable and relevant. The fifth feature is research requires expertise and knowledge. Only if you know what it is, you can go in for deeper knowledge. You can understand the relation. Research is also interdisciplinary. It includes all types of social sciences, physical sciences. Research is a process of applying techniques or expertise on gathered relevant data to arrive at results or solutions. So it is a process, that is, there are stages. You are applying techniques or expertise, that is, you are applying knowledge, you are applying statistical techniques, commercial or arithmetic techniques on this data to calculate, to interpret, to analyze and find out what can be the possible results. So these are the objectives and features of research.